for more on this story. Joining us live from Cairo is Ulf Laessing. He is the head of the Sahel program at Konrad Adenauer Foundation. Thank you so much for being with us on the program. Now, just talk to us a bit about this new political order that we've been seeing in the region and how the people there and the governments there don't want to be influenced or controlled by the West anymore.
Yeah, you can see a shift from Western countries. France, Europe used to be the main political allies of Niger, but also of Mali and Burkina Faso. This is changing with the military governments. They're getting closer to Russia, and they're exploiting an existing very strong anti-French sentiment. So now Russia is now the way to go. There are also Turkey, China, other countries who kind of filling the void left by the Westerners, so basically leaving.
Right. We saw them, as you mentioned, take the same action towards the French. But of course, now there's a void that would potentially need to be filled in. And we're seeing, as you also mentioned, an increase of Russian influence in the region.
Yeah, I mean, Niger signed a military agreement in December with Russia, and we've seen the first members of this new Africa Corps arriving, bringing like anti-aircraft guns and trainers. We've seen a similar picture in Mali and Burkina Faso. So these countries have made the choice to work with, we can see the pictures now exactly of the Russian plane arriving in Niamey. They've made a choice to work with Russia and not to, and stop working with Europe. You know, Niger ended the 2 training missions from the European Union. So that's, I guess, the choice people have to respect now.
And talk to us a bit about how the cooperation with Russia would be a lot different than it was with France and other Western countries like the United States.
Yeah, I mean, Russia doesn't have a colonial history. That was one of the main arguments from people in Niger or Mali I'm talking to, that France, while leaving these countries into independence in 1960, they never really left. They were always somehow present, you know, trying to influence, being, you know, a lot of cultural activities. And with Russia, it's a new break. It's an empty page. Nobody knows them. There's not even a Russian embassy in Niger. So that maybe offers a fresh start to them. And it helps the rulers, of course, also to address this white anti-French, sentiment you have in the streets, and which we just saw in Niamey.
Right, and the increase of Russian influence in the region has the West worried. Just tell us why and how this is a form of advantage for the Russians.
Yeah, so Niger passes the main transit route for migrants from sub-Saharan Africa to Libya, from where many go then to Italy. I was there months ago. I'm going next week again. It's the government of Niger reopened this transit route from Niger, from Agadez to Libya, which had been closed under pressure by the European Union in 2015. So by reopening this route, obviously there's kind of an concern in Europe. You will have more poverty-driven migration. There's a lot of, the debate in Europe is very much focused on keeping migrants out from Africa and from Asia. So that obviously, if you have a country that's allied to Russia, that reopened this land route to Libya on the same moment where they're forming an alliance with Moscow, that obviously, worries a bit, Western policymakers.
All right, Ulf Laessing, thank you so much for being with us here on TRT World and sharing that analysis with us.